Sounded more like Roz from Monsters Inc.
Speaking of Roz from Monsters Inc.
Fuck off, man. I was kind of thinking of the old woman from SpongeBob from the chocolate episode. Chocolate! And then I had that stuff with the little guan.
Anyway, hello, welcome to the Shovel Brothers podcast. I got like the last 20 seconds of that, just as Brandon started talking about, just as Jack started talking about the chocolate woman. I'm Joseph.
I'm Brandon.
No, I'm Brandon.
No, I'm Joseph.
But I'm Jack.
What?
What?
We have a spy. Is it you, Joseph?
You're a bit quiet again, Jack.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Today we're going to be discussing the top 10 K-pop bands.
Yes.
Fuck,
I've been waiting for this.
What is K-pop? What even is K-pop?
It's like
Korean pop music, Brandon.
God, no me.
It's better than that shit you listen to.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a bit of... There's nothing wrong with a bit of the Bee Gees.
Never mind Linkin Park, it's Lincoln or Parkle.
Why?
Become a number. Gotta feel you there.
Have you seen that, like, Japanese... Like, there's the 3 Japanese girls in, like, a really heavy metal band.
This is the weirdest... Yeah, I have. This is the weirdest wrestling podcast ever.
Yeah, well, you said they were doing the K-pop bands.
Number 10, Yummy Yummy Pee-wee.
Give me chocolate.
Your Korean porno, Joseph.
Bloody hell, what's going on? Anyway, shall we get into the news?
In at number 9, I choppy your PT. Which segues into...
There we go. There's
topic.
wrestling.
Funaki liked Joseph's tweet from the Royal Rumble. There we go.
Which tweet?
The one that you said about pushing Funaki.
Oh yeah, of course. And Funaki liked
Funaki
it.
was in high and tie.
I am famous.
Choppy your PK.
I am famous.
Unfortunately, Sean Dang doesn't have Twitter.
Who doesn't?
I can't really tweet Sean Dang.
He might do. Have you checked?
I have checked.
I've checked many times.
I have checked if Sean Dang's on Twitter and I can't find him anywhere.
Every day of my
He's
life.
got started on Twitter, that's the real question.
Most likely, Jack.
I'm gonna look.
So
Steiner.
you don't get this sort of professionalism at any other podcast.
Why are you even recording without even telling us?
I thought it'd be funny. I just
But
got
it
Jack
just
going.
sound like fucking stupid, retarded
I
people
just got Jack going chocolate. Anyway, should we get into the news? First of all, Vinnie Mac giving more power to Triple H because of the XFL. Personally, I think this can only spell good things for WWE.
You'd say more power, but technically it's just 205 Live.
Yeah, but it's like more of a testing out
Fuck
closer to the
even
main
is
roster.
205 Live now.
Scott Steiner does have Twitter. Big news here, guys.
Oh, big news. Never mind this. Let me change the headline.
I'll just quickly follow that.
I mean, it is you're right.
I'll ask him.
Jack, have you got any thoughts? Or are you just going to continuously look at Scott Steiner?
Well, I was going to ask if all men are created equal. That's all.
I don't know what you just said because all I can hear is you very quietly talk.
Yeah, Mr. Blur.
Chat complain and not understand what a fucking teaser trailer is, Brandon, so shut up.
I understand what a teaser trailer is. I just think Eddie Brock the movie is going to be great.
Right, Vince McMahon, giving power to Triple H. Will it be a good thing in the future?
Yeah.
People power.
I'm just trying
Because people are saying 205 Live is a lot like NXT now, and if you look at the booking for NXT, then 205 Live is just going to do just fine for the next, for maybe the rest of the year.
Unless something bad happens like it did with Enzo Amore, Rich Swann, and that other dude.
Neville.
Neville, yeah, that guy.
Seems a bit of a cursed brand, doesn't it?
Because it's been reported that Vince McMahon wanted to try and make it a personality-based show instead of focusing more on the wrestling,
which is retarded when...
which works in some cases, like it works a lot in Raw and Smackdown and such, but at the same time, people loved the Cruiserweight Classic for the wrestling part of it.
A bit like if what they called the Super Juniors in New Japan all started to just cut promos and then have these above average matches. It'd be like, that's not why we like them. Like, sure they can do it, like a little bit, but it's not why we like them. We like them for their flippy shit, and hopefully Triple H allows them to maximise that, because it allows maximisation of wrestling on NXT.
And then he can get himself to be put over someone like Neville when he returns, because Neville's going to return.
Triple H is winning the Cruiserweight tournament, I'm just saying it now.
Oh, could you imagine?
No, I think Neville's going to come back at some point, I honestly do. Like, everyone's like, oh, he's not left yet. So he's clearly got still under contract and everything. Now Triple H is running it, you could just have Neville come back, win the Cruiserweight title, and then bang, everyone wants to watch 205 Live again.
Shut up, laptop. Right, anyway,
because Neville, fantastic.
So Triple H getting power, good or bad?
Good.
Good,
fantastic,
right.
Great, amazing, brilliant.
Because Vinnie Mac is mental.
Sexy.
You're still quiet, Jack. Just like shove the microphone in your face, inside of you.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god.
Oh, Brandon's fair.
It's
I
weird,
talked to a Humpa Lumpa with a balaclava on.
Yeah, you fucking look like one.
Oh god.
That's what Brandon's into.
Smaller than me.
Next piece of news. Dolph Ziggler's leaving storyline explained. Brandon, I've got no clue. You wrote the notes. What's this about?
Yeah. Basically, when Dolph Ziggler left, they wanted like a proper storyline out of it, obviously.
Yeah.
Then when he returned at the Royal Rumble, they sort of discarded that storyline, and everyone wondered why, and everyone wants to know why. So apparently, Dolph Ziggler put a tweet out saying that the reason he returned at the Royal Rumble was because his agent actually answered a call from Shane McMahon, and then that call specifically meant that Dolph Ziggler had something to do with WrestleMania. So his WrestleMania demands were met. I don't know why. I don't know if that's got something to do with the reason why he's been put in that match with Baron Corbin for the thing at Fastlane, because you could have that kayfabe WrestleMania moment that they're talking about.
I mean, it could. Maybe he's going to be thrown in there and it could end up really retarded, but it could end up with something like Shane and Dolph versus Cammy and Cammy. No, I said it. No. I'm so sorry.
I think that having Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn do the thing with Shane McMahon is good, but I think if Ziggler's going to be involved at something like an experimental thing they do, as much as I want to see Shinsuke versus AJ on their own, they might just put him in as a triple threat.
No, they won't though, will they? Because they don't.
WrestleMania plans. I want to know what it is.
Yeah,
is he going to win the US title in the ladder match? I don't know.
Ladder match is a good idea.
Put him in the ladder match. He always does good in ladder matches. He sells like a bitch.
Yeah, he does.
I think it's all bollocks, Brandon.
What?
I think it's all bollocks.
Well, it's not my fault. It was put on Twitter.
No.
I have to read into that because I did the research for this. So shut the fuck up.
Jack, leave Brandon, professional journalist, alone.
No, let me explain myself here. Right? You're a pro wrestler working for the biggest company. You will look at the match sheet and you'll see what happens there, what happens there. And also you'll probably get emails and phone calls telling you what your creative plans are. Why would you need an agent? An agent is, for acting terms, is we've got you this audition to go to. Why would an agent ring Dolph Ziggler like, oh yeah, you know that show you work on? Yeah, they're wanting you for a couple of weeks.
It's weird, isn't it? It's not like he's
Everyone has an agent. Brock Lesnar has an agent for his contract in WWE
Yeah, but
because,
he
like,
also works in UFC, so like he has an agent to book all those dates. Like if it was Will
yeah,
Ospreay,
but Dolph Ziggler has one for his films because he's been in like 2 films now.
yeah, but Brandon, you're forgetting what types of films he's been in.
Yeah.
He was in 12 Rounds.
Yeah, exactly. They were WWE films.
Yeah, but it's still
You
a
don't
film,
really
innit?
need an agent for that.
Like
It's just, hey, you know that company you work for? Yeah, they want you to do this film
Shock.
thing.
Like if an indie wrestler had an agent, I'd understand it because they need him
Yeah.
to book things. But when you work for the
Yeah,
company,
you can book like different shows.
it's sort of just having an agent for the sake of having an agent, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's to play into some sort of storyline. I don't think he's actually probably not got an agent, but it's clear it's going to play into something. Hence the Baron Corbin
It'll be a
match.
ladder match, won't it?
Yeah, they'll probably go
Like
for that match.
so.
Because if the IC title's probably going to be Finn and Miz, US title ladder match.
Yeah. We
And
can have the. Yeah, you could probably stick with that. Yeah.
But
Man.
next piece of news, Finn Balor re-debuts the Venom paint on Instagram. Again, Brandon, you did the research.
Oh, this is just a little piece in his. Like, I couldn't really find a lot because it's all been like over the past month. But Balor put on his Instagram his because of the release of the Venom teaser, the Venom paint that he. I don't know when he did it. Jack, you know this. When did he last do it?
Well, Balor, when he was in his Prince Devitt persona back in New Japan,
Fergal
or
David.
doing on the indie scenes, he will do characters such as Venom, such as Joker, like he did in Progress Wrestling against, what's it called? He's that English one you really like, Joe, the Technician Wizard.
Oh, Zack Sabre Jr.
There we go. Yeah, he dressed up as the Joker for that, so I primarily think the only reason why he's posted it is just like...
I'd quite like Finn Balor to be like a new Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. You know, like dressing up as a superhero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Rey
so they'd
Mysterio
like
wearing like his Flash gear from like years and years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you could imagine like Finn Balor as like this is just like a really weird dream match, but like Finn Balor as the Venom of like the thing, and Rey Mysterio in a Spider-Man-esque outfit.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Fancy,
That could be quite a comical event.
fancy booking, Brandon.
A lot of Spider-Man gear now, don't it? Imagine that versus like Finn Balor, Venom.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, Will
Rey
Ospreay.
Mysterio just had the best costumes ever, like bloody Avatar, all that stuff.
Will Ospreay has very Spider-Man gear, just saying.
Yeah, I've just said about Will Ospreay, man.
You are still quiet. I'm just...
I don't know what I've done wrong here. I think it's just my old ass headphones. So fuck you.
Don't fuck me, fuck the headphones. Right, next piece. Shelton Benjamin finds loaded gun in rental car.
Don't say it like he didn't find it. Don't say it like you're just accusing him because he's black, and that is racist.
Brandon, I'm not accusing him because of that. I'm just saying that it's very suspicious.
Yeah, but
Allegedly.
like, how is it? If you find a gun like that, you don't always check the glove compartment when you get into a rental car, obviously, because it's only for like while you're in. Say it was in Philadelphia when they was around there, and they just like got a rental car. You don't always check the glove box, do you? And you hardly put anything in your glove box.
Yeah,
So he's just gonna look. He's gonna go look in the glove box just to like put something in there, and he's got a fucking like pistol.
Hello.
Just chilling there, like
Loaded as well.
Yep.
Mental.
And it loaded, so like someone would just like see that and be like, oh, he's gonna kill.
The police check his glove compartment. He's got a fucking loaded gun there. That's why he's talking about like his reputation, his life, and all that on Twitter.
And then the entire locker room went like ape shit. Was like, oh my god, what the fuck? A gun.
Oh my god, I am shook.
Oh my god, it is a gun.
It is a gun in my glove compartment. What is he doing there?
It's just like such a random thing.
I think we
to
should stop
happen.
slagging off Shelton Benjamin because he's a very good wrestler. We're just attacking him, pretending he's African. Mama Benjamin told him off.
Shelton is great. Everything about Shelton is great.
Right.
He's got a good finisher.
Shall we move on?
Why the fuck are they introducing Jason Jordan as Sheldon?
That's a good point. Oh, shit.
Shelton Jordan.
Shelton. Benja Jordan.
What was his name? Joe, what's the next thing?
Shall we move on to the Raw and Smackdown quickie review?
Well, let's have quickie.
What happened on Raw?
What happened on Raw? How did it kick off? It kicked off with a quick
it kicked off with promos from Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, didn't it?
Yeah.
Straight looking into the camera, like all seriousness.
Which is good.
Like, we know there is no camera there, but they're still gonna look at the
I don't
camera.
mind Roman promos like that. It's when he starts smiling like, ooh, I'm gonna say something really mean about you.
It sounded pretty badass, if I'm honest.
Yeah, for once. Bloody hell, rather than, ooh, suffering succotash.
Well, yeah, that's as badass promo today, Joe. Fuck you.
Then they
The
did...
most pussy one is This Is My Yard now.
Oh my god.
That is the best promo I've ever heard. But
My yard now.
generally, like, that led into the... Was that the opening match?
Yeah. Quite good as well. I quite liked it. I liked it more than the...
It was a good match. It was a good throwback because they had that massive long-ass feud. Roman and Wyatt, Roman, Dean, Wyatt and Luke Harper, and then Braun Strowman came alive. And then that led to Chris Jericho being involved, which was the worst decision I've ever seen. It was a good part, but it was the worst decision because it had no relevance to the storyline. But that was a really good match.
Yeah.
Solid.
Like I said, I thought it was better than the stuff he's been doing with The Miz. That's just because I've seen that match a million times. I hate, I'm not going to lie to you, I hate when Roman kicks out of every single finisher. Has to do it at least once. It annoys me. Like I can't. He's officially made it, so I can't buy Skull Crushing Finale as a finisher because it's just like, oh well.
Yeah, but that's kind of like what John Cena did with it.
Yeah,
John Cena did the same.
I'm not saying it's good when John Cena does it.
That feud was good. What happened next on Raw?
What did happen next?
Kathy Kelly here for WWE now.
Shut up, Kathy Kelly. No, bad Kathy.
It was just a rundown of things I can remember. There was the announcement that John Cena and Elias and Braun Strowman would have a triple threat, which is quite cool.
I feel bad for I do feel bad for Miz and I've forgotten the name. Miz and Roman Reigns. How did I forget Roman Reigns?
Yeah, because they have no opportunity to qualify for the last entrant, which is what that stipulation was between the triple threat. Was the stipulation to be last in the chamber. And I don't know why Braun would have even wanted that. He's just going to go in there and tip the shit out of that chamber.
Right, okay. I've got one next. Balor Club coming out, doing the normal, we're very happy to be here face. Like,
the normal we're happy shit.
They just Finn Balor's little smiley face. He's so ugly, baby. He's just so adorable.
No, like, didn't Finn Balor come out to have a match with Scott Dawson? And then they were like, oh, we're vintage tag team wrestlers.
Yeah.
And we only do tag team wrestling.
So
then they put Carl Anderson with him. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Because of course, Brandon, the wrestlers run the show, not Kurt Angle. The wrestlers make the matches. And then, so that was a tag team match. Finn and Carl Anderson won. So, good Balor Club win, bad with that. It was a lose-lose situation. If you have either team win, nobody comes out of it looking better. It's
just remember, DX hit all their finishes on them. That is their new gimmick. That is what they're remembered for.
Remember, DX gave them the rub.
Of course, Jack, how could we forget DX gave them the rub?
But the revival are
And then they
kind of
wiped
just there to be jobbers now, in a sense.
Right, next was backstage segment about Sasha and Bailey.
This was really good.
No, it wasn't. The idea of it was really
No,
good.
no. The ideas behind it were so good. Like the Sasha sort of obsessing.
Yeah, but
over
Bailey
her
and
loss.
Sasha's acting, no.
Yeah, but Bailey and Sasha, Joe, don't forget, Bailey and Sasha are best friends.
I bet they are.
So when they brought up the fact that she went, oh, it's every woman for themselves, and then they brought up the Royal Rumble, you're like, oh shit, there's going to be some tension between them, which I hope means Sasha Banks gets to turn heel, because she needs to, because the real boss is heel Sasha.
See, like, people talk about like Sasha Banks turning heel. It's just like when they talk about John Cena turning heel.
Yeah.
The season they're planted, but no, they're not going to do it for a while.
I hope they need to do it soon, because Sasha's fucking brilliant as a heel. Like, so much better than she is as a face.
It shows you what
You could have such a funny throwback to when Sasha and Bailey had that feud in NXT. You could proper, like, fuck up Bailey a little bit, and make her go out for a while, because she needs it, because she's terrible. And then make her come back for a big pop, because, like, Sasha's heel and she injured them, and then big feud. Which means you don't have to have the women's title on Sasha, which means you can have a really good feud.
Like, it shows what the women can do, because it took one match between Sasha and Asuka to think, I want this at WrestleMania now, like a full heel Sasha versus a undefeatable Asuka. I really want. If I don't get that now, I'm going to be fuming. Because Alexa Bliss is fine, but it won't be as good as Asuka Sasha. Anyway, mandatory cruiserweight match, nice flippy action. Cedric Alexander pins Drew Gulak. Yay!
Oh, lumberjack.
I mean,
Drew Gulak can really take a lumberjack.
I mean, my mate Drake Maverick was there.
Drake Maverick's been putting over the cruiserweight division so well on commentary.
He's just good, isn't he?
It's fantastic.
That's also to do with Triple H.
And then we had. Right, okay, yeah, I was reading up on it. Next was Kurt Angle's promo, which started off great with Kurt Angle for forgetting what the Elimination Chamber was called. The first ever women's.
Oh, the Alexa Bliss part of this promo was fantastic. It really got me, because I was like, oh, you can't say something wrong here, because this is like a really sensitive subject to say that he's sexist.
She just came out like, oh, well, this is unfair. Why isn't Brock defending? Is it 'cause I'm a woman? It's like, oh.
Like when she became out and tried to be a feminist, and Kurt Angle shut down just for going, you haven't defended your title since October, love.
Yeah, but then she responds, you make the matches, and you're like, oh, that is true.
It's very true. I don't. Like, when was the last time Bliss defended a title? Was it Bayley?
Chelsea.
Oh, no, it was Mickey James, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The thing is that she's complaining about not defending the title, and now she's complaining that she has to defend the title.
It's a weird one.
It's kind of like, it's never... No one ever says to Brock, when Brock doesn't defend the title for quite a long time, no one ever says to Brock, oh, you've not defended your title, you need an elimination chamber.
Brandon, I'm going to defend that by saying, you tell Brock that.
Yeah.
I would tell Brock that.
Just about to say, Alexa Bliss, very good wrestler, great on the mic, but she's like that scrappy high school teenage girl bully versus Brock Lesnar, who could eat you alive, shit you out, and then kill you.
And then eat the shitty remains.
To be honest with you, I'd rather just go to Alexa and just like defend your title, otherwise you go into bed with OT. I won't go up to Brock Lesnar to say hello to him, because I feel like he'll just rip my head off.
But Alexa Bliss, your match will be worth $12 million.
Yeah.
Next up, Oscar and Bailey. It was good, but it wasn't as good as last week. So, yeah,
Bailey smiles too much.
Oscar won. Bailey smiles too much. Doesn't like taking it seriously. And Oscar, I'm quite happy with what they've done with Oscar actually, because she didn't start off very well, but I think they've built her up.
Oh yeah, they have.
They could have done better, but they've built them up.
You know what
nicely.
she needs to do?
What?
She needs to get the Oscar lock on one of them wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men.
Oh yes, I'd pay to see that.
I wouldn't pay to see that. I would pay $9.99 a month, Michael.
Next up, The Miz versus the Apollo Crews, and
The Apollo Crews
to qualify for the limit. I really wanted Apollo Crews to win. I don't know why. I just love.
It'd be a nice surprise, wouldn't it? Because you go into the match thinking, "Oh, Miz is winning this."
Yeah, he's
But
he's
Apollo,
good.
he's
so
got
good.
something about him. He's got other than really big pay-per-view matches, he doesn't fuck up very often.
He's bloody hell. He's an amazing wrestler. It's just his promo work that's poor.
I think Apollo should have stayed in NXT a bit longer.
Yeah, he should have.
He was brought in for like a good 2 months, and then he went straight back out.
So anyway, yeah, I think Apollo pulled off some amazing moves, pretty much dominated the match. And Miz wins. Yeah.
Presumably for Finn Balor to start a feud with him. I assume.
Oh, and then we had this amazing segment, and Matt skipped over the bit earlier where Jason Jordan's like, "Oh, we've got the match tonight. We're a team. We're a unit. We're gonna beat the Bar. It's our final chance." And now this segment where Jason Jordan with Kurt Angle and some medical staff saying, "You can't compete tonight," and Seth just throws Madden at him, forgetting that he was injured. This was mental. I loved it. I love Jason Jordan's character. He just gets out of everything.
He's so dweebish as well, because you realise that he always seems to be with his dad when he's weaseling his way out of something.
Yeah. Jack, what's your opinion on Jason Jordan?
I fucking hate him because he's that good at his job.
Hurts, doesn't it?
I hate seeing him on my screen.
It's that face.
He's so good at being like a smarmy little bitch.
But now Rollins needs a tag partner, and who happens to be 2 feet away? Roman Reigns. Wow. It's like a cameo in a TV
just completely making it irrelevant that they eliminated. Well, Roman eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Not even a grudge, not even like anything shown. He's just sort of there like, brother, you are here.
Seth was smiling, remember, you fucking idiot.
Oh yeah, he's smiling. Don't forget the smile.
Then we had the Bar and the Shield match. It was good. It was fine, but like I've said before, we've seen various combinations of this a million times before, so you can't be that interested. And then I was interested when Jason Jordan came out to ringside, and you're like, oh, what's he gonna do now?
Yeah. And then he did this. I was screaming at the TV. Like when I was watching the highlights, I literally was screaming because I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're gonna just ruin this tag shot for him." And I genuinely wanted to see if they'd get even close to winning it.
It's just another case of Jason
Cesaro
Jordan.
and Sheamus try and leave, and Jason Jordan whacks one of them, tries to chin him.
Jason Jordan's character. It just helped. It's helped so much by this, just because he just doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't understand, but he's a
The
good
boos are almost getting to as bad as Roman Reigns' boos when it comes out sometimes.
Maybe they're trying to transfer them over.
Oh yeah, they should, because Roman Reigns is good.
Next was the Vanessa Floyd versus Nia Jax.
Oh, wasn't she like 17?
She's almost younger than you. Probably is younger than you. What do you say, Jack?
Like she's a 17-year-old.
It's just enhancement talent, isn't it?
Big Vanessa. I don't know. Vanessa Floyd is destined for good things. Nia Jax won. I don't care.
Yeah, she's just sort of there to be like, oh, I'm still a beast.
Nia Jax said, "You won't be the Empress of tomorrow. You'll be the Empress of yesterday." Wow, quality. Some quality bands.
I still think that they're making the match into something, but at the same time, I'm not really interested in anything Nia Jax has got to do.
Then we had another women's match with Mickie James and Brandon's Guilty Pleasure.
Oh yeah, bit of Sonya Deville. She's quality.
She's quite a good wrestler, isn't she?
Just stiff kicks and stiff knees and
I thought you
MMA.
I thought you were going to say stiff something else then.
Not stiff Brandon. Don't worry about that.
Jack's crying now. You're right, Jack.
That's waiting for the elimination chamber when she actually comes out of that pod. With Sonya Deville.
You're right there, Jack.
It's all about Mandy Rose.
Pardon?
Nice.
It's all about Mandy Rose.
Oh, I don't know. It's all about Sasha Banks and her hair extensions. But Mickie James won by cheating, and then Alexa Bliss came out to comfort her, who's clearly trying to make friends for the thing. So it's classic heel
because
moves.
they just all started attacking her, and then Alexa Bliss was like, "Oh, remember when I brought you in as La Luchadora? Yeah, we're friends now." And then she was like looking at her like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And then there's an announcement that there's a second chance match. Poor Kane doesn't even get put in it, but that's probably because he got put under a table.
That second life thing, I like that. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, it gives Finn Balor a chance to get back in. I mean, I would have rather just...
Because Finn Balor and The Miz can have a little bit of a feud on the inside of the chamber.
I'd rather than reverse the Finn Balor and The Miz thing, though. I would have rather they put Finn Balor in first, and then The Miz loses to Cena, but wins in the second chance match. I think The Miz's character could have done with it a bit more. It wouldn't have hurt him. Finn Balor was fine. It took a super AA.
Into the elimination chamber.
Pardon?
Who did The Miz beat to be in the elimination chamber?
Apollo Crews. We've discussed this, Jack.
Oh.
Well, you know what? You guys are like saying Finn Balor should win it. I think Apollo should win it.
No.
Apollo should win it. Apollo should be winning.
Right.
No, because that way we can set up Miz versus Balor for WrestleMania, and then we can have Miz to Raw versus Balor Club.
Do you really
Or
want
you
that?
could just have Apollo versus Titus.
Brandon's
And
got
Apollo
the
win
ideas.
the match, so he's in the
Get
chamber.
out of here, Road Dogg. We've got a new booker in town, and his name is Brandon. Versus Dana Brooke.
Oh,
Step aside, Triple H. Vince, get out of here. We've got Brandon.
Stand
He's
back.
going to put Apollo Crews as the Universal Champion.
Stand back.
no,
There's a Brandon
don't
coming
you think seeing Apollo Crews versus Titus O'Neil is like a betrayal angle in Titus Worldwide? Could you not see that like being in the main event of WrestleMania?
I'd like to see a heel Apollo Crews.
Oscar's undefeated streak.
I'd like to see a heel
Probably
Apollo
will.
Crews.
We're going to bring back Scott Steiner, and then he's going to be part of Titus Worldwide, so that way Dana Brooke can help him with that. The numbers don't lie. And
No, keep moving. Right, anyway, the main event was Braun Strowman versus Elias versus John Cena. Just drown him out. He won't be able to speak. I quite like this main event.
Braun destroyed things, and by destroyed things, I mean John Cena
Bring
and
back
Elias.
Steiner, bring back Steiner,
mute
bring
him.
back.
I'm the power here. Fine match. Braun took a AA onto the steps. 2 thumbs up from me. Elias got the pin over Cena. Quite like that. Quietly.
And then Braun destroyed everyone.
Elias is one of my favourite in the company right now.
He's just great, isn't he?
And then we got Braun destroying them all.
Yeah, not much reaction from the crowd, but
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess some people see it as like stale booking, but I think it's great. If I were there, I'd be doing the Braun with him.
I would be. I'd get in the ring and just go, Braun.
And then he'd pick you up and power slam you as well.
It'd be great.
I'd take that bump.
Oh, bump. Don't know why I made that a kinky thing.
Oh, right, so that's Raw. Really.
Now try to find
Smackdown.
Smackdown. Here we go. Yay.
Smackdown was good.
It started off with
Shane McMahon. Hello, Brooklyn.
Oh, thank. How are you doing? Checks hand. Brooklyn. Oh, it was just a bit.
It was just like any other episode of SmackDown.
It was like I enjoyed the past few weeks where Kevin and Samuel came out, but
They need to stop with the fucking promos at the start of the show. They really do.
it's fucking me
You
off.
need something to get the crowd excited at first. You need to bring out a good TV match.
But Jack,
No ad breaks in the first half hour.
why have that when you can have Shane
No,
McMahon
don't
coming
be
out and
sarcastic.
saying,
Don't be sarcastic. No.
why have that when you can have Shane McMahon coming out? Hello, Shovel Brother podcast.
No.
I think that's how we should just introduce it.
Well, basically, the start was just Shane McMahon coming out saying, "Oh, I'm sick and tired of Daniel Bryan giving Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens chances
The
at the
fucking
title."
fire Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn then, Shane. You have the power to do that.
It's unbelievable, isn't
Instead
it?
of just sitting there swatting
comes-
the fucking paedophile at Playmania on a Saturday morning, right? Do something about it.
He was fucking sweating, wasn't he? He was going.
And then out come Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's like, "Well, you saw the match at the Royal Rumble, Shane. They didn't tag. Therefore, AJ Styles pinned the wrong man. Yada, yada, yada." And then AJ Styles comes out and he's like, "I'm sick of both of you."
No, we didn't.
I'm
Jack,
from
Jack.
Georgia.
There we go.
And he's like,
And
"I'm
I'm
sick of both of
the
you."
two of you talking about Cammy like me, and I'm from Georgia, and I'm the WWE champion.
Next was
But there's always a massive pop when AJ Styles comes out, no matter what.
Remember when I was violated by that woman in TNA?
I remember.
Remember when I had short hair and looked like a disobedient teen, and now I look like a disobedient teen's mother?
Next was after the, we're not going to talk about the bulk of the promo because it's like everything we've heard before. My Bay versus Jack's Bay. Charlotte versus Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan should have won. Let's move on.
Nah.
Ruby Riott was on the outside, I'll have you know, and she looks like a penguin.
Leave her
That's
alone.
Brandon's Bay.
Brandon Bay.
My Bay.
I
No, my
wouldn't.
Bay's Sonya Deville. What are you on about?
I thought it was fine. Like, I thought it was an alright match. Liv can't wrestle, so Charlotte
Yeah,
sort of
she's
helps
just
through
sort of there for eye candy, isn't she?
it. Yeah. But she does a good job at that. And
I kind of like that other Sarah Logan.
Sarah Lou.
She's just
I
shit.
like gay meat.
You into that game, mate?
And then we had the bastards who are stealing our brothers' gimmick, the Bludgeon Brothers. Fuck off! It's about Shovel Brothers.
Ah, right. You're telling me the Bludgeon Brothers don't have the best theme in WWE right now? It's quality.
I,
They're the best tag
Just
team
come on with the
in
big ass
WWE.
hammers and the big ass coats and just come out and destroy some more local talent. And then the Usos came out and the Usos are like, oh. And they just like walk straight past them, not even acknowledging them, which is kind of nice.
I just like when Luke puts his hand on Eric Rowan's chest and starts squeezing his tit or whatever. And he's just like,
It says not
yeah.
today.
And then Tumblr goes into a fucking meltdown. Like,
Then the Usos cut a promo, which was not the same as last week. Well, it was kind of the same as last week, except for it didn't have the lockdown thing with the gate. The big
The
jail
reading
cell.
this has said it's one of the best promos the Usos have ever caught. It's alright, but... Oh, look at
I
that.
thought it was a really good promo.
I didn't say this picture.
I thought it was very improvised as well, like the whole was it? I can't even remember who got arrested. But
No fun.
like the guy that got arrested was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna say something about that," and it was a shoot promo, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite good. They were just saying we went from babyface talent that everyone's like, it's alright, to one of the best tag teams in the world, and I'd agree. Hard to argue with that.
Yeah, they are really good.
Next up was Bobby Roode versus Rusev. It was a United States match, but not much. I didn't get much coming out of it apart from Randy's after the US Championship.
Which I think is a nice change.
Yeah, I do. I think it'll bring something more relevant to the title, I guess.
Would that make Randy if Randy does win the US title, does that make him a Grand Slam champion? Or has he not won the tag team titles?
He must have
won the tag titles with Legacy, didn't he?
Yeah, I swear he won them in Evolution with
Sure.
I don't know whether that was Batista or not.
I'm not even sure if he's won an Intercontinental Championship.
He did. He won the Intercontinental Championship like years ago.
Should we have a look?
Back when it was an oval shape, because he and Mick Foley fought for it at Backlash 2004.
Should we have a look?
Well, but we all know that he's not going to win the title.
More importantly, why didn't Rusev win, or why didn't Rusev look like he was going to do something coming out of this?
Rusev and Roode had a really decent match.
Well,
and I will say now that Rusev takes the best RKO.
He does, doesn't he? It's brilliant. His face,
he goes down like really light.
It's so brilliant. It's amazing.
He's also the best at taking the stunner.
Oh yeah.
When did he take a stunner?
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
No, 32.
Was it when Shawn Michaels came out with?
Yeah,
Stone Cold on that.
And then, should we have got what was next? Ascension against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. The Ascension are good. Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable are good, so they had an alright match. And
the Ascension looked a bit more like they was on NXT when they were really popular and stuff.
Wait, Brant, are you telling me that the Ascension are actually good?
They are really good. They just joked out because they were jobbed out.
They were jobbed out to JBL and his big bunch of bullies. And they've just been ruined since then.
Yeah.
And then it got to the main event, number one contenders match, Kevin vs Sammy. I was really hoping they were going for like a finger poke of doom thing, but they had just had a good match.
Yeah. And then AJ Styles got a bit too in the action and whacked Sammy.
Hold on.
AJ Styles took the Jason Jordan route.
Yeah. Jack, where's AJ Styles from?
Georgia.
They had a good match, and then AJ Styles did the Jason Jordan thing. Daniel Bryan came out, yes, and all that. It's going to be a triple threat. So that's cool. And then after the show, or the day after, Shane McMahon announced on Twitter that it was Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin is going to be for a number 3 contendership match for the title at Fastlane.
Yeah, but of all the people you have on your roster, why Corbin and Ziggler?
Yeah, no.
Well, Corbin's been on a bit of a rut since losing the US title, so I guess because they see something in Corbin, obviously.
Because if you're using this top 10 list, Corbin and Ziggler, they're not even on that list. Randy Orton were down at 9. If you really want, I understood that Rusev went for the US title. If you really wanted to make opportunities for people, use that list.
Yeah.
You should have brought Bobby Roode into it. You should have brought Rusev into it. Yeah, it's more or less just cannon fodder. But then at the same time, you're putting this list into into perspective, and you want to put this list over as a legitimate
You
thing,
make it feel special.
do it. Yeah. Oh, we've got these superstars put onto this list on what their opportunities should be. What's this? Ziggler at number 19 of this list and Corbin at number 347. Yeah, we'll stick those two into a match.
Right, and that was Smackdown. So much for quick reviews. That was about 20 minutes. So that's quite quick for a
solid 20 minutes.
Solid 20 minutes, half an hour. Now, the great return of not the Room 101 of gaming, guys. The Room 101 of wrestling. What will join graphics over games in Room 101? That's the question on everybody's mind. And anybody want to go first? I've got mine ready.
Well, if you've got yours ready, then go for it. You go first.
I'm going to go for it. Buzzwords, essentially. Well, not buzzwords, but commentary that just kill off characters for me. Like,
it's boss time!
Precisely, the exact example I was going to use. I'm so sick and tired of hearing it. Like, you make me hate listening or watching certain people.
Great ring awareness.
It's the big dog!
Big dog.
Rollins! Knee!
It's like these. It's just these things that like take you out of the wrestling. Just because it can feel so legitimate at some points, and then they just go, "It's boss time." It's like, oh, why?
I'm kind of glad they didn't do it with Seth Rollins, because when he had the Kingslayer thing, I'm kind of glad that they didn't follow through, because now, if every time you heard Seth Rollins, it was like, the Kingslayer!
Kingslayer. Seth Rollins. It's just
awful. Kingslayer.
Like, but commentary shouldn't take you to a point of not wanting to watch certain wrestlers' entrances, at least, because of what they're going to say. Like, this scripted nonsense that they come out with, like, oh, Brock has won the UFC and WFT championship. Like, I don't care. Just talk
kind of
about
like when Brock
legitimate.
Lesnar does come out and they're like, the Beast!
Brock.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh my.
We get it. He's a man that's a bit more red than the rest of us and a bit more meaty, but come on.
They just need to
He ain't no bull.
They need to try and make the comment, like, New Japan Pro Wrestling, I've used an example of this twice, and they make the commentary seem so legit. They don't have these, it's Osprey, or it's Alpha time. They comment on the wrestling. They don't feel the need to be a part of it. They comment on what is happening in the ring, not getting themselves and getting their phrases over. You want to get the wrestlers over, not the boss time or the big dog over. Oh. Right. So that's my put forward for Room 101. Jack or Brandon, would either you like to go next, or shall I consult the coin?
I do not mind.
I
will go next.
Go then.
Right. I'm really against this. You might disagree. Impromptu champions.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think that's what it's called. I'm probably just making that up. But champions that just come in, like, transitional.
Paper champions.
I hate it. If Dolph Ziggler was to just come in, like, kind of how we did with the US title.
Yeah.
Come in, win it, like, get rid of it, and then Bobby Roode win it.
It's a bit like...
Why would you not just have had Bobby Roode win it in the first place?
It's a bit like when...
It's the worst thing, because, like, you've got, proper credited champions. They took it off Baron Corbin for a roll-up for Dolph Ziggler. And then the next night, he just fucking relinquishes the title.
Like, that would have been fine, like, sure, if it led to a storyline, but it didn't. It sort of just...
It was dropped instantly.
But that's more of a booking thing than a transitional champ. Like, I'd use more Rusev when he won it for the second time, like last year or so. Just so John Cena could beat him for whatever happened. Or he beat John Cena for it and then passed it on quite soon.
Yeah. And it's like, you could even class... Oh, no, you couldn't. But, like, Sasha Banks, when she's never defended a title successfully, that's not been built into a storyline.
It doesn't help anyone, does it?
No, it's just she was just there to sort of, like, give the title back to Charlotte again, so she got her title reigns up a little bit.
Yeah. That's
It just genuinely really annoys me, and I don't think it should be at all in wrestling.
That's a true paper champion, because they're winning it just to boost numbers of so and so things, like when John Cena gets like John Cena's title reign from the Royal Rumble last year to the Elimination Chamber. That's a perfectly good example. Like, it didn't really help
exactly.
John Cena. Like, it should have felt so much more special than it did, because he just lost it straight away. So they could have that awful Randy Orton and thingy match.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Right, Jack.
My Wrestling Room 101 is, I've already spoke about it in this episode, promos from general managers / commissioners at the start of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown Live.
I'll be surprised if this doesn't get in, because this really pisses me off. Like,
It's just a copy and paste every week. Kurt Angle will come out, tell us what happened last week when we saw it in a promo package.
yeah.
And then he'll fuck up a couple of lines. And then...
Welcome to Smackdown. No, Raw, sorry.
Yeah. And then, like, you'll have Shane McMahon come out just like, oh, I'm so pissed off about Daniel Bryan doing this.
Anyway, what's up, Brooklyn?
Yeah. Well, I'm so pissed off at Kevin and Sammy doing this. Hey, you're a commissioner, do what you want. Like I've said, fire them, storyline, if you're really annoyed at them. Secondly, don't walk around claiming that you're annoyed at people about it. Talk to Daniel properly. Talk to him like a backstage segment. You don't have to come out every morning, every beginning of the episode, to take away from the show that you want to be more focused on wrestling.
The problem I have with it...
The land of opportunity.
Yeah, come out and bring in, like, two guys who can work really well to get the crowd all fired up, and then probably just, like, slip your little promo in the middle of it, but not even have it as a promo in the ring. Like, do a backstage segment every now and again. Don't just keep...
You don't need this level of appearances from...
No, you don't.
Figures. Like, you need the wrestlers to get over, not Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan or Kurt Angle.
I mean, even Teddy Long.
It's even like in NXT, we barely see William Regal come out, do it. And when we do come out, it's a lot more special for us. It's like, oh shit, Regal's here. We barely see this guy.
I'll take this back.
Must be important.
I'll take this back to SmackDown in the past, when Teddy Long used to come out and be like, yeah, players, we're going to have a tag team match.
You say the same thing every week. That's what it is now. It's managers coming out saying the same dribble they say every week.
Like, you need
we're going to have you go one-on-one
with
with
it. You need to lay off it for a good couple of months. Just do a backstage skate. Kurt Angle doesn't have to come out and tell us the exact same as what a promo package does for us. Because we watch it, and then Kurt Angle is like, what? The fucking director's commentary of what happened last week. Like, we don't need it.
Here I made the Jason Jordan match, as you can see. Great.
Yeah.
And then when Stephanie comes out, it really irks me with an annoying, loud, squeaky voice.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's time for us to vote into the chat. Type away which one you want to go into Room 101. Oh, we all got it typed in.
Yeah, I win.
And joining graphics over gaming is Authority. Hello, Brooklyn.
Is it Authority?
Apollo. Why am I thinking of Apollo Crews? General managers constantly being the focal points of their show. Yeah, that belongs in hell.
Well, like, more importantly, fucking opening promos that just explain it. It's just copy and paste of the exact same shit that you say every week.
Anyway.
Evening, Brooklyn.
It's like Groundhog Day in wrestling.
Anyway, general managers opening Raw and SmackDown. You're in room 101. Goodbye. It'd be amazing if everything we've said just stops happening now because it's in our room 101. We're like, oh shit, we've got to stop this. And now it's time for what do you think could be some realistic dream matches in 2018. I'm going to step forward and go and hope Seth Rollins after WrestleMania gets moved to SmackDown and has a match with either Shinsuke or AJ.
Oh, you fucker.
What was it? Did you have Seth and AJ?
Right. I'm gonna be legit here. I have 2 matches down. Right. For next, it's Survivor Series, and it's not bragging rights. Bragging rights used to be amazing. Survivor Series is just shit bragging rights, really. But yeah.
Head-to-head. You can't have 2
So we're gonna have the SmackDown versus Raw champion. Could you imagine Jinder Mahal versus Heath Slater?
I'm gonna call myself.
Champ versus champ. Former.
The whole point of this bit.
It's just one man. Man band. Yeah, that's the joke behind it. The other one is Seth Rollins and AJ Styles.
Yeah, I just really want to see it.
Because
has it ever happened?
What a match that would be.
Has it ever happened?
I don't think it has ever happened.
I'm typing Tyler Black because I'm edgy.
See, mine isn't WWE. I've made it realistic in other companies now after the unfortunate walkout of Toon Jesus himself, Neville. I say Neville versus Marty Scurll.
Oh, that's a good one.
For the IWGP Junior Super Junior title.
That sounds like it's not possible. But if all the Neville rumours are true, it totally is.
I know Scurll doesn't hold it right now, but if he was to hold it, I would love it for Neville to make his New Japan debut or return. I knew he was in Dragon Gate, but I never knew if he was in New Japan. But Neville to make his debut in New Japan, facing Marty Scurll for the Super Junior title.
Seth and AJ had a match 12 years ago.
Jesus.
That's the only one I can find of them. So, NWA No Limits.
Because I could just imagine one of Neville's flippy moves happening to Scurll, and then Scurll counters it into the chicken wing, and then just the finger break spot to Neville.
Brandon's favourite thing, chicken wing.
I love that finger break spot.
And then I've got a right. I know this sounds really not realistic, but it was brought up on the NXT kickoff. I really want to see Pete Dunne versus Brock Lesnar. I know it's not going to happen, but there's a chance because they mentioned. Could you imagine that for a debut at like SummerSlam or something? Pete Dunne coming up and beating the Beast Brock Lesnar. In just look at AJ versus Brock, how good that was. You could have that, but probably even better because it's Pete Dunne and he's brilliant.
See, I had Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor.
Oh, that's a good call. Pete Dunne versus
because
AJ.
I feel like you could have this this is how I would book it essentially. I'd have Balor Club be heel Balor Club at this point, obviously. Well, you don't care. You don't care if they're heels or faces really, but
faces probably.
They're cocky and saying, "Oh, we're the best faction," and then you've got bloody Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven that come out.
How awesome would it look though? If it was Pete Dunne, Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, it would. Look great.
I do like the idea of British Strong Style versus Balor Club.
Yeah, I thought that would be really good because how good are about all 6 of them? How good are all 6 of them?
True.
I've completely forgotten what I was going to say now. How good would it be for Pete Dunne to hold the UK Championship and the Intercontinental Championship after beating Finn Balor for it? Oh my god. I can dream. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, And that brings an end to this very long, currently at almost an hour, podcast.
Alright.
It's just gone an hour. We made it, boys. We made it to the hour mark. I've been Shovel
Made it
Brother.
to the hour.
I've been Shovel Brother Joseph.
I've been Shovel Brother Brandon.
Excuse me.
Just
Stop stealing my identity. I am Shovel Brother Brandon, and I have
I'm
been.
Shovel Brother Ryan.
we've
Okay,
been the
we've got
Shovel
more
Brothers.
members now.
We've been the Shovel Brothers, and that has been the Shovel Brother podcast.
I'm actually Jack. Goodbye.